You're listening to JTE Movie Thinks. Is that the title? Is that correct grammar? All right, we'll go with it. It's a show about movies and thinking. And now, here's your host, every man's hero, JTE.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a brand new episode of JTE Movie Thinks. Once again, I'm back with a new show. And somebody's back who hasn't been back for a long time. Somebody who I should have been having on a lot more. Yes. But it's just hard to get some people on the show sometimes. People live a little farther away than others. What are you doing? You look like you're about to freestyle rap.
I was about to go, guess who's back?
back again.
But it's not really a surprise because
Copy's
they see it
back.
up there. Hi, hey, thanks for having me on here, buddy.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah, would you think it was a surprise?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
who's
what
it gonna be?
Who's it going to be? That'd be the mystery of it.
They see your picture.
Mystery meat. Yeah, thanks for having me on here, buddy. We were hanging out. We saw a movie earlier, hanging out, had some dinner.
Yeah.
And had some good times.
We saw The Witch.
We did see The Witch, yeah.
Really liked it.
We'll
just share our
really,
thoughts.
really I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's saying very lightly. I think I loved this movie.
But much better than the last horror film I saw with you.
Well, Green Inferno?
Green Inferno.
Oh, I don't know. That's pretty similar.
That movie is not very good.
No, it is not. We know exactly what that kind of movie was. But
Yeah.
The Witch is absolutely a fantastic take on the horror genre because it's fresh. It's a fresh thing to see. Actual style and atmosphere in a horror film and not just constantly trying to scare you with blaring and bombastic music and stupid faces in the front of the screen.
We did a Periscope afterwards, and I said it was better than The Conjuring.
I absolutely, and look, I've been on record to say that I'm not. I like The Conjuring, I do, but I'm not huge on it like everyone else is.
Same here.
Yeah.
People went crazy for that movie, and I was really kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Now, see,
it's good.
I'm also on record to say that I love It Follows, and I also really love The Babadook.
I love both those movies.
And this movie conquers over them for sure.
Yeah. See, that's tough for me. I really like Babadook.
I think. See, The Babadook has extremely great acting from.
I say Babadook. Like as in Duke from
Duke,
G.I. Joe.
or Duke Nukem.
Yeah, Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
You say Babadook.
Babadook.
Duck.
I think that's how they say it.
So like
in Australia, or
duck.
in the Australian native tongue. I think that's how they say it.
I'm like Babadook.
Babadook. Babadook. Duke. Either way, tomato.
Bazooka Duke.
Bazooka Duke. Bazooka. Bazooka gum.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Full circle, people.
Full circle. Yeah, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
So we're not really going to get too much of The Witch. I really thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was.
I tweeted out 4.5 out of 5 Schmoes.
There you go.
It's not for everybody.
No,
But
see, that's the thing. It's like, if you're an ongoing horror fan, it's hard to determine if... I don't know, there's different types of horror fans that I think will like it. Because if they're seeing every single thing, they're getting used to all the schlock that we see all the time.
Yeah.
But if you really appreciate... Not to put like people on a pedestal or anything like that, but if you really appreciate horror films, then this movie, you're going to have a huge satisfaction with it.
The comments I'm seeing from a lot of people is I didn't get scared. And I just... That doesn't... I don't understand that because... There's maybe creep out is a better word to describe it.
No, it's fear, dude. Like there was moments in it where I was tensing up, like as if I were cold, like actual fear of like me like shriveling up. And it wasn't like that fear where I wanted to cover my eyes.
Yeah.
Because if I do that, that's just like I want to just get away from a jump scare. But like for me, like I'm literally like I'm tensing up and I'm getting creeped out. Like I don't know what's going to happen, and that's the scariest part about it.
One of the trailers on TV said. Put it really well. I don't know who the quote was from, but
probably Scott Mance.
Yeah, it said, "I feel like we're seeing something we shouldn't be seeing."
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's a really good way of describing
it
because it feels like you're peeking into something you shouldn't be seeing, like something you only hear about.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, that plays well into the story too because it is based off some folk tales about these, and even towards the very end of the film, it says that there was actual stuff from books that was taken account for. So. That really plays into the theme of the entire film, and I love that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Even Stephen King said he was terrified for this movie, and you know, I mean, you could take his word for, like, you know, he likes some weird stuff.
Hey,
but
I always quote Stephen King because he loved Frailty.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Did you see that yet?
Yeah,
that's right. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, we wanted to do a JT movie.
Yeah,
on
how
that
much
one.
did you like that movie?
Oh, I loved it.
Thank you.
I didn't think I was going to love the ending of what everything that it turned out to be, but it totally all made sense.
All worked, right?
All worked. And if what? I mean, Bill Paxton. You can't
go wrong.
You can never go wrong. Twister. You can never go wrong.
You go a little wrong with Twister.
Nope.
The next movie I really need you to watch is Demon Knight.
Yes, you
Tales
cannot stop. Yes, I will watch it. Where is it? Where is it on your stupid
You're not
shelf?
borrowing it.
Oh, fine. All right, fine. I'm taking Blade Runner
You
then.
won't come and watch it.
Okay, fine.
But that's one I can't wait for you to check out because that's such a fun horror movie.
Okay.
It's really good. All right, guys, but listen, let's get into it. Let's do what we came here to do. JT Movie Thinks. Now, I just saw a movie with you. I don't want to talk about that one.
No, yeah,
I'm actually going to ask you not to talk about a horror film because you have your own podcast.
Yes, I do. Yes.
So,
I watch horror films all... Actually, I can't even remember what the last horror film I saw was. Maybe it was...
Really? It's been a while?
I think it's been a while. Usually, like... Because even, like... Usually, for me, it's like October to December, I'm constantly watching just over and over. It doesn't matter what it is. That's the perfect time. And then once January comes and the shit films come in, and it's like, okay, I can take a break for a while. I think I saw The Forest, which wasn't good.
Yeah,
Potential though. There's some potential things in there for sure. I think that director can go places.
All right.
But, non-horror film.
Non-horror. Last movie you watched from beginning to end.
All right. Setup. A little setup. Reason why I watched this, but the lady friend of mine had never seen this movie, so I was like, you have to watch it, and she loved it. And I love this movie. Mm-hmm. It is. I don't think you've talked about this, and I hope you haven't. MacGruber.
No, we haven't talked about
MacGruber.
As far as I can remember, we haven't talked about MacGruber.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought Cody had talked about this with you before, but I love that's the last movie I saw was MacGruber.
Wow, that's a good movie.
I love MacGruber so much.
I have a weird relationship with that movie because I saw it in theaters.
Okay, I did too. Yeah, I did too.
And I didn't love it. I remember leaving thinking, it was okay.
Yeah.
Had some good laughs. It was kind of stupid in some parts.
Some.
And, yes, a lot of parts. But, like, there were definitely good jokes in it. And I remember... It wasn't until I revisited it on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever, where the more I saw it, the more I liked it. And there's only a few comedies I could say that about. The one that comes to mind is the Will Ferrell film, The Campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't like it that much when I saw it in theaters.
Neither did I.
Then it was on HBO, and I kept like just turning it on. Now I kind of love that movie.
Okay, maybe I need to go back, because I'm the same way. I didn't enjoy that film that much.
But MacGruber, I was kind of the same boat. I didn't like it that much, and then I started watching it on Blu-ray, and I was like, "Oh shit, this movie's really fucking funny."
Right off the start, because I went with me and my buddies to go see that one.
Yeah,
we were just done.
Right out
of
the go,
dying, laughing.
I guess whenever somebody, a comedian like Will Forte, each comedian brings their own style of comedy. Mm-hmm. And I remember when Ace Ventura first came out. Yeah. A lot of people were actually turned off by that movie because, especially some older people, because it was so new and different.
It's such crude type of humor, too.
And it's such Jim Carrey style. Yeah. MacGruber is such Will Forte style.
Absolutely.
I think it takes some time to process for newcomers,
right? Because it's constant. It's just hitting you over the head with jokes and jokes and jokes. And even in the times when he's trying to be serious, they're making fun of that. Like, the players are the same. It's all a big joke, and that's why I love it so much. Like, the very opening of the movie, it starts off very serious, and it almost like it's like opening in the desert and those two assassins are just killing dudes. Yeah, it's like very serious. Val Kilmer's out there, like
very well shot too.
Very well shot, and then it's like, what are we really in for? And then as soon as the theme song hits and the opening sequence of the titles start, it's all done. And then from there.
The opening of the movie is basically Rambo 3.
Yeah,
where the general goes to go find him. And quick side note, he's in Ecuador.
Ecuador. Oh, there you go. There you go.
My hometown.
Your hometown.
My dad's from Ecuador, and so when the movie starts, it's like, okay, I'm in. Val Kilmer's cool. We got a Rambo 3 type beginning.
Hold on.
And we're in Ecuador.
The best thing about Val Kilmer, I mean, because the dude's kind of put on a couple pounds in this movie. He's far from Iceman. Okay.
Yeah.
But the best thing about him in this movie is that his name is Cunt.
Yeah, Cunt. Yeah.
Just his name is Cunt. Every time, I love that line. It's just so simple. He's like, "Fuck you, cunt." Yeah. It's just the funniest thing.
So I remember. I'm trying to remember. My friend loved this movie right off the bat. He's the one who kind of convinced me to go back and revisit it. And another movie. There's 2 other movies that come to my mind before we dive into this.
Yeah.
He loved Hot Rod.
Oh, I do love Hot Rod too. I love Hot Rod.
I didn't like it the first time I saw it in theaters, and then I started revisiting it, and I still didn't like it.
No,
that's
babe,
one.
No, wait.
I mean, there's some funny moments. I'm not saying it's a horrible movie.
Oh, and I'm not saying it's not even close to MacGruber.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
The riot scene that starts off as like a song, and just goes crazy is like one of my favorite things ever. But then another one that comes to my mind is Wet Hot American Summer. Yeah. That's one of those movies I think a lot of people see the first time, they don't quite get it.
Yeah.
But upon revisiting, they love it more and more. And MacGruber's in that. same kind of
Same
vein.
kind of vein,
I
yeah.
really enjoyed it more than I watched it. I love the opening montage where he's getting all the wrestlers.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And it's like the
So
Big
good.
Show, Jericho.
Even I knew some of those guys too. Yeah.
And then there's the great joke where they basically he blows them all up.
He's like, I built these bombs with my own bare boom. It just blows up.
Oh no!
I love it. I love the scene when him and who plays the general? It's
Powers Booth.
Powers Booth. They're having. He's like, I would have held back on the F words a little bit. He's like, well, they were great fucking guys, and this is a sad fucking day.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't hold back any punches, and that's what I loved about it. Like they took a risk, and it's an SNL feature, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Lauren Michaels producing
based
and everything,
on SNL
right?
skit.
Yeah, exactly. Sketch.
I
Careful.
remember, not
Careful.
sketch.
Careful. No, yeah, and that's the thing too. Like it's what, maybe is it the last SNL movie to come out?
For sure.
And for what came out before that? SNL,
Right before that?
like no SNL wise movies. Like I remember there being a stretch where they
there
just
was
had
Night at the Roxbury's, Ladies Man, even Superstar, which was the Molly Shannon character who put her hand in her armpits.
Yeah.
I don't know what the one before this one was.
I can't recall.
Might be Night at the Roxbury?
Maybe. Oh god,
No,
that's a huge gap.
That's a huge
that was
gap.
90s, right?
No, yeah.
Or 2000s, early 2000s.
I think Ladies Man was early 2000s too.
Okay.
It's a good question, but
But it's still, it's like
there hasn't been a good one in a while.
A good one in a
Wayne's
while, or
World
at least-
2 was like
probably the last
top
good
of the.
one.
That's the best they ever did.
And the fact that they could stretch out this tiny little premise of a fake MacGyver into an entire feature film, make it really funny, it speaks to it. I mean, especially because it's got that great cast. You got Kristen Wiig
Does
in
have
there.
a good cast,
I love Kristen Wiig. Even
yeah.
Maya Rudolph, her small appearances is hilarious. And then
Yes.
and then you have someone as serious as like Ryan Phillip
Ryan
Felipe.
Yeah, Philippi. I think so, yeah.
Oh,
Don't
Jesus
ask
Christ.
me.
Yeah, I don't know. Ryan, the dude
Yeah.
from Cruel Intentions.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. But yeah, I think it's a perfect cast too, because you have Gruber, who is the somewhat serious but goofball, and then Kristen Wiig is total goofball, but she's just totally unaware that she is.
Yep.
And then you have Ryan from Cruel Intentions just being 100% serious, but they work off each other. They really do.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig is before she was like really famous. She's still just an SNL player. She does a really good job playing like a sidekick / love interest to MacGruber. Ryan Phillippe is fine. He doesn't
like
straight man.
He doesn't like have funny moments.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
and
a
he
straight
just,
man.
Yeah, except for when he puts the celery stick up his ass.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just that's it.
I will say one of my favorite jokes in this entire movie, and it might be one of my favorite jokes ever.
I think I might know where you're going with this.
Is where he's having a beer with Ryan Phillippe, and he starts telling him why him and Kai have this terrible past.
Yeah.
And he basically describes, he's like, he stole his wife.
Yeah.
And then he had an
yeah.
abortion with his kid. Like, okay.
He did everything that happened.
He's the
to him,
villain.
He's 100% deserved it. Yeah.
He's 100% the villain in this
Yeah.
case scenario.
Part of that, like right prior to that, one of my favorite lines is he says something to him. He's like, "Shut your butt." Oh yeah, it's like he's like, "She's so into you." He's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, she is." Shut your butt. I think that's
you
so
like
funny.
that line?
I love "Shut your butt."
You love
You
"Shut
know
your
what's
butt."
funny? Because right before that movie, me and my friends, we were joking about, and we said a joke similar to that. So when he said "Shut your butt," we lost our shit because it was so similar to that.
I also, another joke I love is the license plate joke.
Oh yeah, PA.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
He
the
just
hell it
keeps
is.
repeating it, and you're like, "Why is this guy can't let it go?"
And
then
then
he goes through the notebook, and like
everything. I always think about to that scene of like that poor assistant that had to write all that shit in
That's
that
a good
book.
point, yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, it's cool. It's a funny payoff that just sort of sprinkles through there, because at the first time it happens and he gets cut off by the guy, and then it subtly gets brought up later with all the numbers and stuff, and then finally he just shows up to the car as like, but it doesn't detract from the story
he
either.
goes so overboard.
No, he goes so overboard. Yeah,
Basically paints him as a psychopath.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your favorite jokes in movies besides those two I just mentioned?
Besides that one, oh god.
If you hear that rustling sound, it's Cobbster putting on the cap to his soda.
Sorry,
I feel like you're definitely going to hear that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
sorry. I'll stop doing
No,
that.
it's fine.
The shut your butt.
I wanted to just point it out to people. Yeah.
The first time, or not the first time, but when MacGruber first gets to like the CIA headquarters and everything, and he's talking back and forth with Ryan Phillip, he's like, what he basically tells him, he's gonna fuck his face. He's like, if my face was a dick and yours was a pussy, I'm gonna fuck yours. Says something like that. I love that back and forth between them, because it doesn't make any, like, there's no reason for him to be an asshole to him, but he constantly is being a dick to him for no reason. Yeah. And he, like, headbutts him, and he just treats him like shit, and I love that. Yeah, I think that running on joke of MacGruber treating him like shit throughout the entire movie.
Now, being Will Forte, have you been watching Last Man on Earth?
I haven't. No, I need to get on top of that.
I feel like if you like this movie, you will
anything
love
he does.
that show.
Yeah, anything he does. I remember the first time I ever saw him was in Beer Fest. He was just one of the random.
One of the German
he was a
guys,
random German dude, and he stood out to me. And then I watched a bit of SNL when he was on there for that time. And then this movie came out, and he just came out really strong. So I've been meaning to check it out, but I just haven't got around to it.
And there are rumors of a sequel.
This is a movie that totally deserves it. Because I mean, you can. I guess you could have Val Kilmer come back because it just. I mean, he's dead.
Yeah, or it could just be a new villain. Really,
I would
want a new villain.
It'd be great if Tom Cruise was a villain in this.
That'd be interesting.
How interesting? I mean, obviously, I'm just only thinking that because of Top Gun, because of the two of them. But but I'm just saying, like it'd be very interesting to get another, because Val Kilmer's not a huge actor. I mean, he is, but not so much anymore.
Not anymore.
But if they got another like bigger star to be the main villain for
or
this,
like a washed up 80s,
like John Travolta
or Steven
Seagal, that would be pretty funny.
Val Kilmer's kind of playing Seagal in it
a little bit.
He has the ponytail.
Well, yeah, because I didn't like the movie Machete.
No, I didn't like it.
But Steven Seagal, I thought, was hilarious in it.
It's on part 2 or 1? I can't remember. It was
in part 1, I think.
Yeah, I think it was part 1.
Part 1.
I
didn't see Machete part 2.
Didn't like either.
No, I didn't see that. But, I would like to see a sequel for this one a lot. Because you can have all the same guys come back for it. And then just play off just another main villain to make it more interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Has he done any... I know he's been doing Last Man on Earth, but has he done any other comedies since? I can't think of anything else he's done since MacGruber. I'm sure he's appeared in some stuff.
I don't think so.
He's in the trailer for the new Key and Peele movie.
He is.
Keanu.
Yeah, he is.
He plays like a drug dealer or something.
I don't think he has, because otherwise he would have had the beard and the long hair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless he shot something a long time ago and it's coming up, but he recently shaved for it, so...
The first season of Last Man on Earth is so damn good.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't care that he hasn't done any movies because it's so funny. Season 2 has been a little different. It hasn't been as funny as the first season, but still entertaining to watch. That first season, there were times where I was watching it and just laughing my ass off. I was just like jump in my room like, this shit's hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
you and Ken always speak about it too. So
Ken loves it too. And there's when you are watching a show and you immediately rewind because you're just like, that is so funny. I need to see it again.
Well, that's part of Will Forte, is that you can just constantly watch him. Like I remember nights of like playing video games with my buddies and they're like, what do we want to do if we're tired of video games? We literally, there was some times where we watched this movie 2 times in a row. Wow, we watched it, stopped it, started it over from the very beginning, and watched it again.
Wow, see, I'm not that... there's not many movies I do that. I've done that.
I don't know how we did it. I've never been able to do that with any other movie.
I was going to say, I'm trying to think if I've ever watched a movie...
and then stopped it and played it over again.
I've done it once.
I don't...
And I'll tell you, it wasn't a comedy.
God, what was it?
It was because...
Schindler's List?
No, this was like in the 90s. Which was Schindler's List.
Yeah, it was a good setup.
I remember renting, back in the day, there used to be a thing called pay-per-view.
I remember pay-per-view. I'm not that young.
They had a thing where you would rent a movie and you would get it for the whole day.
Oh, okay.
So I remember watching Braveheart.
Oh, gosh.
3-hour movie.
2 times in a row.
Yeah, but the thing was that it finished. And my cousin, who was a big movie fan also, came over to my house as I finished it, and I said, sit down.
And watch
We're going to watch this whole thing over again because my mind has just been cinematically blown. And I watched it right afterwards.
God, that's 6 hours.
That's 6
of your
hours
life right there. Speaking of which, I know this getting off topic, but have you seen The Godfather? Like, the intertwine between 1 and 2?
No, I was thinking about watching it.
I want to, but that's like 8 hours right there.
It's
a whole work day.
I know. I would like to watch it one day. I need to put a day aside.
Seriously. Okay, sorry, sidetrack. But
I will say, anyone out here is listening to this show and have not seen Braveheart, I will find you and destroy you. Watch it immediately. It is one of the greatest films ever made.
He's gonna memorize your Twitter handle if you come in, and then he's gonna write it in his book.
Have you seen it?
What, Braveheart?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Just making sure, man.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I have seen it.
I would revisit it.
I need to revisit it.
It is one of the... every time
I'm a little against Mel Gibson, okay?
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love Mel Gibson.
Anyone time I give a top 5 movies of all time, or if top 10, Braveheart will always be in that list.
Yeah, I like The Patriot a little bit more.
You're insane.
I'm just kidding. Patriot's good, though.
Patriot's a guilty pleasure.
Patriot's good.
I like it mainly for Gibson and Heath Ledger's performance.
And Lucas, what's his name?
Lucas.
Who plays the villain?
Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs. I don't know why I thought Lucas.
I was like, George Lucas?
George Lucas in the movie.
George Lucas was the main villain?
He's the main villain behind that movie.
That would be amazing. I can see him with that beard and like a...
That'd be good.
And like
oh, yeah, I'll just do that, Joe. I'm going to kill you, Bill. I'm going to kill you.
He could totally pull that off, actually.
I think so. George Lucas in The Patriot, as The Patriot.
So, are there any other comedies you can think of that you didn't like at first watch and then you kind of went back and grew more appreciation for it? Because like I said, Wet Hot American Summer, I had several friends who didn't like it when I first showed it to them.
Yeah.
And I just said, it'll stick with you. And now they all love it.
I can't really think. As far as comedy goes, no. I can't.
Pretty much know right out of the bat.
The one movie that... This isn't a comedy at all, but the one movie that comes back to me where I really hated it the first time and then rewatched again and fell in love with it was The Strangers. I know it's completely different, but I just...
Yeah, it's a different genre.
I'm trying to think
Strangers? Yeah, that was a decent movie.
That movie's pretty funny. It's not funny at all. It's complete opposite. I can't think of a comedy that I've seen the first time. There's been movies where, like... That's been the opposite effect. I thought it was funny the very first time, then after that, like, and that's super bad.
Oh, you don't like Superbad?
No, I don't. You know what I think? I think people ruined that movie for me.
How?
Because when that movie came out, it was hysterical. I was dying. I was in tears.
Yeah.
But sometime after that, just people started saying the jokes over and over. The McLovin, hey McLovin, that and all that stuff, and I just got sick of it. And then I saw it again, and I just couldn't find it funny.
Interesting. Yeah. That movie I thought was hilarious. I haven't seen it in a while, but I can't imagine it not being good.
I think Hot Fuzz is an example of the first time seeing it, I thought it was just okay, but revisiting it, it's a masterpiece. I love that movie more so than Shaun of the Dead.
I'm not a huge fan of Hot Fuzz.
Oh man, dude, I love Hot Fuzz so much.
I'm one of those
It is so tongue-in-cheek, it's perfect.
I'm one of those rare people who does not love the Cornetto trilogy.
Oh, really?
Cornetto? Is that what it's called?
Cornetto.
Cornello. Okay,
Cornetto.
listen, Shaun of the Dead is...
Ice Cream trilogy.
I agree. Shaun of the Dead's really good.
It is really good, yeah.
I will never disagree with that. Anyone that says, Shaun... It's good. For me, Hot Fuzz... Didn't love it.
Oh man!
And then I really didn't like World's End.
I liked World's End.
World's
End's the Return of the Jedi of the trilogy.
I thought it starts really good and it goes to shit.
No, hey there, pal. Return of the Jedi does not go to shit.
It doesn't go to shit, but it's not as good as the beginning.
Not as good as the beginning.
And I love the World's End. I loved it until this twist. I wish they took the whole sci-fi thing out of it. I would have liked it because I liked everything up to that point.
Okay,
it's kind of
understandable.
It's kind of like what I remember showing my father From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
He loved it because it was like a Tarantino movie for the first hour.
It is like he wrote it, didn't he? Or did he co-write it?
No, I think he might have co-wrote it, but he definitely starred in it. But if you're just looking for a Tarantino movie, that's that first hour.
Well, it's two different movies.
Then my
dad, completely different movies.
And then it flips to this horror B movie. My dad just checked out.
I can understand that. Yeah.
My dad was like, got really stupid. I loved it as a kid.
No, I loved it too.
This is amazing.
It's like Tarantino directed the first half, and then Rodriguez took over the second half.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
So I can understand. Like for me, that's when I saw World's End. I was like, I'm really digging the first character study.
Yeah.
Then I hated it once the whole sci-fi aspect came.
I can see that now. I need to go back and revisit it because I only saw it in theaters once.
Oh really?
But Hot Fuzz, I watch periodically.
Really?
I watch it a lot.
I might have to rewatch it.
You need to. Oh my god, dude, the jokes and that they hit you so much. And the thing is with Edgar Wright and his editing, his editing is some of the best in Hollywood just because it's sharp, it's fast, it's quick, it cuts to the music to the points where it has a certain rhythm to it and it speaks to the movie.
I totally understand that. I like Scott Pilgrim.
Oh god, amazing.
The editing in that movie and just everything, every little touch has almost perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I agree with that. So MacGruber, SNL, I think, would you put it above Wayne's World as the best SNL?
That's really hard. I mean, because Wayne's World's the shit. It's the best one. And then Wayne's World 2 is right behind it. Because I don't really care for Night at the Roxbury either.
Night Robber is okay.
I don't
dislike it, but I don't like it.
Like I don't really get it, I guess.
Okay.
Like the whole head bobbing thing, that's like the only thing I can remember from it, you know?
I'm trying to think some other good SNL movies. Like Coneheads was okay.
I like Coneheads.
I like Coneheads.
Yeah, I like Coneheads, yeah.
But
I was always afraid of coneheads, to be honest with you.
when I was a little kid, the same
fucking terrified me, dude.
But not because of the movie. It was them. Actually, SNL scared me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Are we talking about the movie?
I'm talking about both. Anytime that I seen them, and then I'm talking like this, Stan Aykroyd, like, to get out of here.
They kind of freaked me out too as a kid.
They're scary.
But when I got older, I really enjoyed the movie. But I mean, Wayne's World is, I think, the peak. I think MacGruber's good.
Yeah.
But Wayne's World was a huge hit.
I mean, it's the first SNL movie too, right?
Yes, I believe so. No, Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers was the first one. Yeah. I mean, if you were to put it in top 5, it'd be. I mean, I think there is only like
there's only 5 decent ones.
Decent ones. But I would put it up there. I'd put it close to it. I guess I would put it after Wayne's World too. If I went Wayne's World 1, 2, and then MacGruber. And that's crazy to think that huge gap.
Yeah.
You know, they had a hit with Wayne's World. I've actually never seen Blues Brothers.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
But not close to that. Would you say MacGruber's better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would prefer MacGruber more.
Okay.
Blues Brothers is really good. If it's got good musicals and it's just not
it's a different type of
just
comedy.
The laughs don't come a mile a minute like Wayne's World or MacGruber do.
Right.
Pretty much
Tommy Boy's not an SNL.
No, Lorne Michaels
like,
produced it, but it wasn't like based on an SNL character.
SNL thing. Okay.
I'm trying to think. Then I guess Night at the Roxbury would be 4 and 5.
Let me ask you: what if there was another SNL movie to come out based off of past
characters?
SNL characters? What movie would you want to see?
God,
I kind of would want to see a Stefan movie. I think that would be kind of fun.
That could be really fun.
It could be fun or it could be dragged out.
Only because
he comes in doses.
He describes all this crazy stuff, and I'd like to see him actually film it.
Do it?
Yeah.
And react to it. That'd be kind of interesting.
One of my favorite lines of his was the put a midget on a skateboard who like rides around eating garbage, and he's called the human rumba.
You're right.
And
that's the thing, though. I don't know. I mean, I think I would like to see a Stefan movie. I don't know how that would work though, because he only makes appearances on the weekend updates, right?
Yeah, I can't think of any character. I mean, SNL hasn't been what it's been for a while.
Not for a while. And plus, too, they're always trying to make like Bill Hader laugh. I think that became the thing where they just try to make him laugh the whole time
because he didn't know what was going
in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
I'm trying to think. Will Ferrell, did he do any characters that we would have loved to seen besides Night at Roxbury? I mean,
not that I can.
Nothing comes to mind.
He did George Bush, and he did that like special thing.
Yeah,
but I didn't really care for that.
Yeah, me either. That's tough, man. Nothing really comes straight to my mind.
I mean, I haven't watched SNL in forever.
I watch it here and there, but it's nowhere what it used to be.
No.
Sandler had some decent characters. Michael Myers was... Dana Carvey.
Mike Myers just needs to come back.
Yeah, Dana Carvey was really big when he did the Church Lady. Maybe I just don't see a movie out of that, though. Yeah. It's tough, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
I can't really think of like a strong SNL character.
Yeah, like, I know. That could carry a movie.
That can carry a whole movie.
I'm sure when they announced Wayne's World, people were like, "What? Really?"
I know, right?
Coneheads, really?
They're going to be a weekend update movie, and then it's going to be a cinematic universe of all these SNL characters in one movie.
Pretty much. Oh man. So yeah, again, I do hope we get MacGruber too. I would like to go see it. Yeah. I know Makuga would love to go see it.
Absolutely. No,
you would definitely like to see it. And they're working on it. Apparently, they're working on the script. But you got to remember, this movie tanked.
Oh, it didn't do good.
It did horrible.
And what was its budget too? I mean, probably like $30 million.
I don't know, maybe 30 or 40. Yeah, but it made like $12 million in the box office. Like,
well, I mean, how did it do as far as DVDs?
That's the only reason why I think it's getting a shot is because I think it has a cult following.
It does.
I think it does have, people do want to see it.
I got it.
What?
MacGruber Netflix series.
Interesting.
MacGruber Netflix series.
No, you know why I'll say no?
Why?
Because he's spooning big action movies.
Okay, fine.
And I don't know if you can pull that.
You don't know if the budget can have that?
Yeah, I want to see it in a movie form, I think.
Because it needs to be rated R.
Yeah,
it needs to be violent. It needs to be all those things.
Yeah. I definitely want to see, because that movie is really well shot, the first one.
It is, yeah.
Like, I don't know if you could pull that off on TV. You might be able to, but, like, we were talking earlier about Wet Hot American Summer. They did that. has no problem with that going to...
Yeah, I mean, but look what they're doing. It's just the one location and the settings. Or what if they just made a straight to Netflix movie?
Then that'd be fun.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah, as long as they gave it a good budget.
Yeah. But then again, like a lot of Netflix movies.
Has there been a lot of Netflix movies?
Few. I mean, Beast of that's
again,
a totally different entity.
That was made and then Netflix bought it.
True. That is true.
So it's not like they actually
Ridiculous 6. Did you watch that? Please don't. Please tell me you didn't watch that.
Here's the thing.
No, tell me you didn't watch it.
No,
Okay.
I didn't actually sit down and watch the movie.
Okay.
I put it on while I was like cleaning
Taking
and
a
doing
shit?
work. So
Okay,
like
yeah.
at no point I maybe paid attention for the first 10 minutes.
Okay, all right.
And then I was like, wow, this is a shit box.
Ugh.
And then I started doing work on my computer. I was going in and out of my room. I think I cleaned my room that day. And I can't tell you how it ended, even though I had it on the whole time.
Right.
I don't even remember how it ended.
The one time cleaning your room was amazing.
Yeah,
because you were not paying attention to the movie.
I had to see it for myself. I had to see how bad it was. Have you seen it?
You know what you're getting yourself into, though.
Here's what I was really interested in to see how well the production was.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing it was Netflix's first full-on movie.
True.
And it's shot with basically the same way any Sailor movie is shot. It had a big budget. Mm-hmm. But it was not good.
I honestly don't think I will ever watch an Adam Sandler movie ever again if it's under Happy Madison. If it's under a different company, I will give it a shot. If he's under a different director, yes.
Like Pixels?
Besides that, because if the trailer, granted, the trailer has to sell me.
Yes,
okay,
true.
You know, and like I saw The Cobbler, I was like, oh, what's this movie? Oh my god,
was that bad? You watch it?
That was fucking terrible.
And you know what's so funny?
That he did the Big Short, or no, not Spotlight. He did Spotlight in the same year.
How often does a
I
director...
tweeted out about that. I was like, how does the director of The Cobbler make one of the best movies of the year?
And then one of the worst.
And then one of the worst. That's a crazy. I don't know. I understand it. I don't know.
Just goes to show you, you know.
Hollywood. That's what I don't know. I don't get it. It's like the same thing. Eddie Redmayne wins an Oscar, and then he has this movie in the back, like
Jupiter Ascending.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's just he had something that was shot a while ago, it didn't work out. I don't know.
That's true.
But yeah, MacGruber, man.
MacGruber, man, guys. If you haven't seen it,
he made a fucking movie. MacGruber.
Yeah, go check it out. I highly recommend it. Again, I will admit I did not love it at first, but I've grown to love it.
Yeah.
Anytime a new comedian, I think, makes his first film,
it's
a little jarring if you're not used to his sensibilities as a comedian. Yeah. And I think it took me a little while to warm up to it. But
dude literally comes out to a bang by banging a ghost. He bangs a ghost. So awesome.
Which is amazing.
It's incredible. It's probably one of the best sex scenes ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Ken Napzok always says that's one of his favorite sex scenes ever.
I'm gonna shoot.
It's so real. All right.
Surreal.
Well, let's go ahead and get to quick thinks.
Hey, quick thinks.
So I tweeted out we're about to do this, and let's see what people watch lately.
All right, let's see.
And this is perfect.
Okay.
Oliver Gardner.
I think it's called Olive Garden. I think Olive Garden is
his
tweeting
name
out
is
here.
Oliver Garden. I'm sorry.
Nice.
And it's at Filmmaking18. The last movie he watched, A Night at the Roxbury.
Oh wow!
How perfect is that?
That's pretty funny. I can't remember the last time I've seen it. I just remember Molly Shannon being annoying in it, and just the brothers just so stupid.
I remember loving Chaz Palminteri in it because he has this line where he goes, "Did you touch my ass?" And he keeps bothering Colin. What's the guy? Colin. Oh shit! The New Yorker comedian.
Trevorrow.
No, it's a Colin
Farrell.
Firth. Not Colin Firth. That's
Colin
from.
Firth.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I can't remember his name now.
Who plays the dad in that?
Oh, the same dad from Clueless. I don't know his name. It's the same dad from Clueless.
Rookie of the Year, and I don't remember who. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So decent. Night Roxbury has actually got some funny moments.
Yeah.
Molly Shannon's actually funny too. Cooper Wilson at Coop Wilson.
Coop.
Here's another great suggestion. The last movie he watched was Fargo.
Oh, wow. That's so funny.
Snap.
I just watched that for the first time.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Because I thought I'd seen it before, and I started watching it. I was like, okay, this looks familiar. This looks familiar. And then something happened. I was like, oh, I don't remember this. Oh, okay. Why are they talking funny? I don't remember this. And then I watched the whole thing. I was like, oh, wow, I'd never seen it.
Wow. So what did you think overall?
I loved it.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. It's what Michael Bay wanted to do with Pain and Gain, whereas take a real life situation, make it funny, but not make fun of the situation itself. Just play kind of coy to it.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
I remember first seeing it. It was so different than anything I've seen before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, knowing the Coen brothers better, you get their sensibility.
It's such their style that it's almost too good to be true.
Recently at Screen Junkies, we did a top... I think that we did a ranking system of the top Coen brothers movies.
Yeah.
And it came down, I believe, to No Country for Old Men and Fargo. No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Fargo. And I think the reason Fargo won, and Dan Murrow explained it, it's the two things they do best. drama, murder, mystery.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And offbeat comedy. It's the marriage of both of their styles. Because if you see their comedies and you see their dramas, they can get really dramatic. Or they can get really silly.
Serious or really silly.
This movie really...
It's such a perfect minding of the two. Because, it's like the same thing, like a drama comedy... Or a rom-com or something like that, where it's like they'll mix, like the thing that I have a problem with Judd Apatow is like he doesn't know how to balance it.
Yeah.
He'll get way too dark in moments where you just feel bad for the characters, and then when they have a lighthearted moment later, you can't laugh or feel good about it because something bad had just happened. Whereas this one, I think he just sets the Coen brothers, they set up a tone so perfectly where it's like you kind of know when to laugh and when to be like, oh shit, that's pretty dark.
It's pretty dark. So I think Fargo's great. The TV series, I love too.
I need to get going on that now.
Get it. Jason Bagsit at Jason Bagsit.
Jason,
is that your real name, Bagsit?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Is it Dutch?
I don't know. Last movie he watched was Shutter Island. Are you a fan of Shutter Island?
I like Shutter Island. The thing is too, it's one of those things. I went into that movie thinking it was a horror film. Like thought it was a horror film.
I went in knowing it was a gothic. I thought
kind of
more as a
noir.
That's what I was sold as. So I didn't really go in thinking.
I always thought from that because I don't remember seeing too many trailers from it, and I thought there was I remember coming out. I was like, oh, there was like only one scary moment, but yeah, it wasn't really a horror film.
It was a mind fucker of a movie.
Yeah, no, it definitely was, and I didn't mind it. I wanted to read the book for it, but I enjoyed it.
It's one of those movies I feel definitely deserves repeat viewing.
Yes,
especially once you realize
what happens. It's it's where if you go on the second viewing, you sort of point out the things that they were hinting at towards the end.
Here we go. Joseph Kramer, a buddy of mine, at Razor Crank, straight out of Compton. Dude, was this in your top 10?
No.
Did you see it?
I did.
Wow.
I liked it a lot.
You didn't make your top 10?
I liked it a lot. There were just 10 other movies that I liked more than that. Yeah.
And now we're on the subject. How in the world does Mad Max Fury Road not make your list, yet The Visit does?
JTE.
How does The Visit
look, man,
make it on a top 10-year list over Mad Max? Explain that to me.
Movies have a funny way of doing things to you. Okay. What The Visit did something to me that I don't think it might have done to anyone else.
Okay.
And it might have been because I was riding on the train that I really want M. Night to just return.
Gotcha.
And I'm hoping for that. And any sense of credibility that he can gain.
Okay.
And that's what I got out of The Visit. But The Visit's a good movie. It's a really good movie. And I think there's a sense of tone to it and a lightheartedness that we didn't expect from it.
Yeah.
That really caught me. Like the very ending of the movie is very emotional.
Yeah,
and I didn't expect that to come. And not only that, it scared the shit out of me. It was the scariest movie of last year for me.
You're insane.
I thought the movie's terrifying. when they're playing tag underneath the house.
Scarier than It Follows, or...
Oh yeah, It Follows isn't scary.
It's got some creepy moments.
It's creepy moments, but there's legit parts where I had trouble sleeping because of something.
I don't think there were moments of Visit that actually scared me. Like, what?
Dude,
give me a scene that scared you.
The scene when they're playing tag underneath the house was horrifying.
Why was it so horrible?
I just when she's crawling, there's no noise, there's no
I saw
ambient.
it in the trailer. I was like, here's what I thought.
I stood away from a lot.
All I thought was she's gonna pop out and jump scare me, and that's exactly what happened.
But it wasn't a jump scare though, because it wasn't loud noise.
It starts off a little, then also like,
yeah, but she's like,
how's that?
It's an effective jump scare because it's not like.
How's that scene end?
It ends with her crawling out because she was playing along with them the whole time, and they thought she was just doing something creepy, but she was literally just playing tag with them, and that's the creepiest thing because she wasn't trying to do anything.
Yeah, and that's when the girl walks out, they're just like standing outside the thing
because they have no idea what happened.
Yeah, and I was like, why were they so scared?
Because it's unexplained, and it's scarier when it's unexplained. But the Mad Max, the thing is with Mad Max and me is I saw it so late in the game. There was so much hype for it that I think I went in with such high expectations. Look, the movie's phenomenal. It's great. I like it a lot. But there's just 10 other movies that I like.
What was your number 10 this year?
I think it was Inside Out.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that made your top 10? Nice.
Yeah, I loved Inside Out.
Yeah, I love Inside Out too. Almost my top 10. It's hard for me to think of someone not putting Mad Max.
I understand. No, look, Cody. I don't think Cody had his.
I know, neither of you did. Yeah. It was insane. It was like
now
10 years from now.
But I had 10 good. I mean, I guess you and anybody else can debate The Visit because that's a more personal thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I had Jurassic World in there, you'd probably freak out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even though I actually really liked Jurassic World.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Purely on nostalgia. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Totally
it is a flawed movie for sure.
Yeah.
But nostalgia purposes, I loved it.
Gotcha. Jose J At Josh Jimenez DC. Jimenez, yeah. If you say so.
Jimenez.
Yeah, I don't know. Jimenez.
Jim Jimenez.
J-I-M.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Spectre. Didn't like Spectre.
No.
Maybe my most disappointing film last year.
I got to see that early screening of that one too,
you
which
did?
was cool.
Oh, you
yeah,
went
I went with Mark, Christian, Riley.
Okay. Were they all pretty much like, ugh?
Yeah, pretty much. And look, I'm not a huge Bond fan as is. I like Skyfall a lot.
Skyfall's
great.
Amazing.
Casino Royale's great.
Yeah.
Quantum of Solace.
I'll tell you what. I'll take Quantum of Solace over Spectre.
I don't remember a lot about it. I didn't care. Christoph Waltz's villain didn't make any sense.
The ending made no sense.
They didn't really go anywhere. So, yeah.
Yeah, Spectre was maybe my biggest disappointment of last year. Yeah. There weren't too many movies I was like really disappointed by, where I was like, I was hoping that'd be good, except for Spectre.
Yeah. I mean, I was disappointed, but I didn't have any expectations going in as
I had some expectations because it was Sam Mendes, same guy who did Skyfall.
True.
Skyfall was really good.
Mm-hmm. How many how many directors repeat Bond films? How many have done it? Like, have had a multiple try.
Martin Campbell did it. He did GoldenEye and Casino Royale.
Casino Royale, the original Casino Royale.
Yeah, and not the original, the one with Daniel Craig.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did really. Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
he basically started the new Bond for Bronson and Daniel.
Oh, okay.
So
you mean GoldenEye?
Yeah, he did GoldenEye.
Oh, okay. You said Goldfinger, I think.
Did I say Goldfinger?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I meant GoldenEye.
Okay.
He did GoldenEye, and then he did Casino Royale with Craig.
Oh, that's interesting.
Two of the best.
Okay, he did two of the best.
Yeah.
Well, is Spectre and Skyfall, is that the first two Bond films back to back?
Probably, but I'm not a Bond head, so I can't really tell. Let's see what else we got here. Let's try to get Life of Kringle at Kringleberg.
Nice.
What awesome. He's got a little Santa. The Grand Budapest Hotel, one of my favorite movies.
I like this movie a lot.
Oh, you saw it? Okay,
I did, yeah. I'm not huge on Wes Anderson, but this was a really fun movie.
Yeah, I
very
think
quirky.
It was one of the. I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan. Mm-hmm. His first three films, I love. I love Bottle Rocket.
Bottle Rocket.
I love Rushmore.
You showed me that movie.
Yeah, I love Rushmore, and I love Royal Tenenbaums. Life Aquatic's okay.
Never seen him.
Darjeeling Limited, not very good. Fantastic Mr. Fox was pretty enjoyable. Moonrise Kingdom was a step in the right direction. It was better. Then Grand Budapest for me was his best film since
Ralph Fiennes is hysterical in this movie. The kid who plays the bellhop is great. Yes. Ian Malcolm, what the heck? Jeff Goldblum is great in this movie too.
Everyone's William Dafoe, everyone's great in it. Let's see. Well, we got a lot of Deadpools, but
Deadpool's great.
We both love Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool's amazing.
This guy Marvin Movie Minute at Marvin Movie Minute. He watched The Last Witch Hunter. Why?
Oh, I'd never seen it. Nope.
I
didn't bother.
I remember Mark and Christian not
hating it.
The movie.
Yeah, because the trailers are horrendous. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with that hair and that beard.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we're so used to seeing him bald and clean shaved. Like, Vin, what are you doing
with a white tee? And
get in a car, dude. It's all about Furbler.
I would maybe check it out if it's on Netflix just to see how bad it is.
Yeah,
if there's nothing else on. Brian Fernandez, big fan of the show.
Yeah, what's up, Brian?
One of my favorite guilty pleasures of all time. This is right up your alley. Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh. Yes.
Are you a fan?
I love Freddy vs. Jason.
I remember.
Pure
did you see it in
guilty pleasures? No, I believe it was. What year did this come out? 2003.
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I just remember. I think I rented it from a Hollywood video.
I remember watching it in theaters. It was a big deal.
Oh yeah, dude! They had like a whole boxing matchup, a face to face. What do they call that? Like, what are the boxers? When they do like a press conference or something like that.
A weigh-in.
Yeah. They had a weigh-in for Jason and Freddy, and they were like going at each other and stuff. I know I really do like this movie a lot, but it was just in such the wrong hands because the director Ronnie Wu, he's just not a fan of it. He wasn't a fan.
He did Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, like he like I get it. Like he takes a perspective from a non-horror fan and brings something different to it. That's fine.
It's very comedic.
It's very, very comedic, and it's fitting for a type if it's Freddy versus Jason. But the story I actually really like. It's Freddy's losing his powers because no one's scared of him anymore.
Yeah.
So he uses Jason to bring back that fear. I think it's a great intertwine between the two, but I mean, it's a goof fest. It's clown town.
Ronnie Yu said he used for the final fight. He looked to the Rocky movies for inspiration to get the.
It is a very satisfying end fight scene for sure. Absolutely.
I enjoyed the movie, but my cousin, who's a diehard, like me and him grew up watching all Friday 13th.
Yeah.
All the Halloweens, all the Freddy Kruegers. His biggest issue with the movie, just like you said, was it was too funny.
Yeah. No.
He wanted more of a straight horror film.
I would have liked that because I mean, when's the last time we've seen a real scary Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th? I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street is easy. What New Nightmare is pretty scary.
Pretty scary.
Friday the 13th hasn't been scary since the first one.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
so last one here, Mike Leamy. I just rewatched an all-time favorite, Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton.
I've never seen it.
I was going to say, I bet you never saw it.
I've never seen it, no.
Listen, man, Michael Keaton in the 80s could do no wrong.
Michael Keaton still can do no wrong.
He still can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. Mr. Mom's a really funny movie.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, it's back in the day when the man goes to work and the mom stays home. Right. And they showed this to me in health class in school. Oh, really?
There was a Michael. I took I wanted to be a journalist in high school for some stupid reason, and I in our journalism class we watched The Paper. I think it's called The Paper with Michael Keaton.
Yes,
I think it's called The Paper.
Directed by Ron Howard. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I actually really enjoyed that movie a lot.
Movie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, and I just thought Michael Keaton, Batman.
Michael Keaton's the best.
He's the best.
Me and Finstock always champion a film that he did with Ron Howard from the 80s called Gung Ho.
Gung Ho. I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Check it out, man.
Check it out.
It's phenomenal.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. That's basically going to do it for this episode. Thanks for the tweets. Go ahead, Cobbster. Tell them where they can find you. You got a lot of stuff to plug.
I have a lot of stuff to plug. Me and Cody, we got our Pornhub account set up. Just kidding. You guys can find me on Twitter at Cobbster15. I do a horror podcast called Horror Flicks. You guys can find that on iTunes, the SK Podcast channel, where you're listening to this probably as well if you're listening on YouTube. And me and my good buddy Cody that do host Horror Flicks, we just started our own YouTube channel. It is Amateur Hour Films. We can't do the URL yet because you have to wait like 30 days or something stupid like that. Yeah, they have all these qualifications that are just dumb. But just type in Amateur Hour Films, you'll find we'll have a couple videos up already. We do sketch comedy, serious stuff. We have a lot of exciting stuff, and we're going to get you in some of these videos, man.
Oh, for sure. Subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe to it.
I've already subscribed.
Thank you.
What do you have, 2 videos out as of right now?
By the time this comes out, there'll be 2 full sketch videos.
2 full sketch videos. Yeah. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, you can catch me at Schmoes JTE, Twitter, Instagram, which I never use, and Periscope, which I'll try to use Twitter? More. No, I never use Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Twitter, I'm on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, you're on Twitter all the time.
I know, I should be using Instagram. Guys, you can also, obviously, JT Movie Things here every week. Also, every Friday we release JT Movie News, where me and Ace cover basically the week news. Screen Junkies Plus. I am the engineer for the network. I'm popping in there. Once in a while I like to go in and win movie fights.
Yeah, of course.
Even if it's against the Schmoes.
No big deal.
I'll win it. So I love doing that. So check those out on YouTube. Leave me some good comments. Also, Box Office Breakdown. Last week was a big week because of Deadpool.
Yeah.
So we're covering, I'm sure it's going to be another big week. I don't think The Witch, as much as we liked it.
There's a lot of people in the theater.
There was a lot of
people.
It was pretty full. I still think Deadpool's easily going to be number 1 this weekend. Me, Tom Dagnino, Sarah Stratton, we cover the box office numbers. It's a very fun show. So check that out. And that's basically it. And Schmoes Know Phase 6.
Oh, coming at you.
Oh, we're coming
at your face.
Right in your face.
In your face.
It's going to be a lot of big, cool things happening, man.
Hell yeah.
Get ready for that. It's been a while, huh?
Been a long time, man.
It's been like a couple months.
Man. We got to dust off the gloves, dust off the bats, and get ready to play this ball game because we are all ready.
Yeah, it feels weird. It feels like it's been longer than 2 months. It feels like it's been a year.
Like having Thursdays and not doing anything.
Yeah.
I feel like a retired cop, and I'm just going to die any day now. I need to get back in the action.
You need to get back on the beat.
I'm thinking I'm back.
All right, guys. Well, do me a favor if you're listening to iTunes. Go ahead and leave me a review. If you feel like I gave you a 5-star podcast, go ahead and leave me 5 stars.
Hey, give him 5 stars.
Do it.
Do it. Hey, don't, Billy. Don't click 4. Click 5.
Who's Billy?
He'll know.
All right. Well, Billy, do something. All right, guys. Thanks for watching or listening. Peace. I said watching.
They're watching us. Run!
I really screwed up this ending. Hey, what's up? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. See, I'm rolling up my sleeves. There's this link right there. You go watch the behind-the-scenes videos. When you're done with that, you're going to laugh your ass off some of these B-Team videos. And don't forget the other podcast stuff, because that's stuff we do personally. All right? Watch that shit.